What's going on, Sagittarius, and thank you guys so much for tuning in. All right, guys, so let's get into our February 2020 reading. Now, this is going to be for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus Sagittarius signs. And keep in mind, guys, that the energy could be transferable. It could be something about you specifically that I'm picking up on. It could be somebody around you who's going through some shit, and that's coming out in the reading. But we'll definitely see. So what is going on with my Sagittarians? February 2020. We have your past, present, and future. Okay, guys. So the energy that we have here is the Three of Pentacles. So this is building a cohesive manner. This could be someone getting engaged, someone getting married, you working on a partnership, but somewhere where you're definitely able to see eye to eye with a person or people around you. Now, we have the King of Swords and the Two of Wands here. So maybe some of you have a very significant air sign in your life right now. Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. Okay? But I definitely feel like you guys are on a path that's really, really helping you out right now. Okay? With the Hierophant, that means you're on track. Okay? That means that you're working towards your purpose, why you're put here. Okay? So let's get started, guys. The first card that we have for the past is the Magician in the reverse. So this could be a situation where you or someone close to you just chose not to manifest something anymore, not to work on it anymore. This could be manipulation. This could be someone that can't be trusted. Okay, so why is this Magician reversed? Seven of Cups in the reverse. Seeing something for what it is, okay? And feeling betrayed. All right, so there's definitely a betrayal that was seen for what it was, or something that ended harshly or abruptly, where a person is just feeling like, look, this may have been sweet for a moment, but it's time to cut this out and, take a logical next step for a new chapter. So it could have definitely been something karmic here with the Justice card. Let's see why this is popping out. Why is the Justice card here for your past? That Ace of Swords again. Cutting out that karmic chapter. And the Four of Cups in the reverse. So really just accepting the fact that you have to go towards a new chapter. For some of you, there could have been an offer that you accepted, just to move on from wherever you were at. But something tells me that whatever this was, it wasn't you. Like, it wasn't... It's kind of like wearing a mask. So maybe it was like a temporary fix, or maybe it's something that you thought would be great, but then you get to the realization of, what was I even doing? Like, this isn't me. Okay? That's how I mean that. So the last card that we have for the past is the Five of Swords. Fighting, arguing, conflict, really being in your head. But with all this sword energy I see, I feel like it's more mental than anything. Why is this Five of Swords here in the past for my Sagittarians? Knight of Cups. So again, maybe there's a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio involved in this. We'll see in a moment. And we have the Five of Cups. So there's definitely a fallout of some sort. There's definitely anger, people that can't be trusted. Maybe someone just doing things without thinking. Okay. But the biggest problem here, Sag, that I see in the past is not so much what you're releasing. I just feel like you were pouring all of your emotion into what went wrong as opposed to what was still right in your life. And it could be so easy to do that. One thing bad happens to us and we just focus so much on that, and then something else happens that's bad. And it's just like, it's a chain of bad shit that you're creating for yourself. So that's the only reason it could be dangerous. You know, when we catch ourselves going through something, we have to know how to talk to ourselves and how to treat ourselves. Because here I just see someone who's being really hard on themselves. And again, they could just be focusing on the shadow aspects of what's going on. So just keep in mind, guys, when something bad happens, just be at ease about it, because I'm truly finding peace just within myself, because I'm at the point where I know in my soul that what's meant for me is meant for me. No one can take that from me. And when I go through something, instead of being angry and wanting to shout at the universe and say fuck you to everybody around me, I take a moment and I say, why? If I'm being directed this way, or if something didn't work out, it's because something was throwing me off course. So be thankful, guys, when things like that happen. When something upsets you, or when something is absolutely fucking insane and you have no choice but to change, say, universe, thank you so much. Thank you so much for putting me on the right path. Nothing that is meant for you can be compromised. If it wasn't working, it was holding you back. Present moment. 7 of Swords in the reverse. Something is being revealed. A secret is coming out. Something is definitely coming to the light. Three of Swords in the reverse. And Queen of Pentacles. So for some of you, maybe this has to do with a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. But there's actually something that's revealed that I feel can bring healing and happiness. The energies are very, I'm going to pull some more cards here, because it shows that there's definitely a path that you guys take that brings more stability, or just brings more tranquility within your life. But you know what? I don't even have to pull more cards. I'll pull one more just for shits and giggles. But what's being released here is what wasn't genuine. If you were not genuinely invested in a person, if they were not genuinely invested in you, maybe if you were overspending on something, or you were just in a bad financial situation because of something, that's being let go of. For a lot of you, you're making some sort of financial recovery where there's a lot of losses, but now you're back on your shit. Okay. The center of this reading, and this is going to be what all the cards tap into, is the 8 of Wands in the reverse. Something that's not being reciprocated. Maybe someone that you're not speaking to at the moment. Okay. Now, when I look at these center cards, it's just like, it's kind of like the main energy that you might carry, especially, for the month. So let's see why that's showing up, and why it's kind of like your core energy. King of Pentacles in the reverse. So yeah, there's just something where there was losses, or something wasn't genuine. And you have the High Priestess in the reverse. So it's like you see something clearly for what it is, but despite the clarity that you have, you're still questioning, whether or not this is like a good or bad thing for you. There's someone who's clearly in denial, and something that definitely has to be cut off. It's just someone just doesn't want to deal with the emotions of cutting this thing off. You got the Emperor in the reverse. Death card in the reverse. Guys, yeah. With these cards coming out, you're upset about something, something just... There's someone that can't be trusted around you, or maybe you're doing something that's not true to who you are as a person. And you're still upset because there's something you haven't released. There's something you haven't let go of. And maybe there's someone you want to travel to, or maybe there's something that you want to do, or someone that you want to see, but you just can't. And there could be a lot of anger towards that. Okay. Now moving forward, guys, we have the Knight of Swords in the reverse. This is reckless energy. This is not thinking before we act. There could be a lot of maybe mental blockages that you're dealing with. We have the 8 of Cups. Let's get one more card here. 8 of Pentacles. You walk away from what was reckless, and you really start putting your efforts into something else. But it's mainly knowing that something is done, for sure. Whatever isn't honest here is what's being released, guys. And not only is it being released, but it's being released for good. There's no wavering back and forth. You know that this is bad and you just don't want to do it. Or maybe someone else knows that this is bad and they just don't want to be involved. You have the Chariot. And we have the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. So something is definitely seen as a loss, and there is a lot of burden here. But with cutting this off, no matter how harsh it may seem for you to cut this off, something really does take off for you. For some of you, there might have been a trip that you were going to take that you decided it's not a good idea to take this trip. Okay. But guys, you end in your power. Last card that you guys have is a King of Wands. So when I look at, like, you know, Page, Knight, Queen, King, and Tarot, it can mean so much, but in this case, when I see the King of Wands, I see it as the strongest way for you guys to exude your natural energy. So it doesn't matter if you're male or female, this is you vibrating very highly. Not wanting to worry. Nine of Swords in the reverse, putting your worries to the side, you know, being able to sleep at night, nothing's keeping you up. Seven of Wands. So you guys endure this change and you find peace and you find strength, even though you may have been upset to let it go. Okay? Because you become reserved towards something, a lot of great things are able to come in, but you guys are really battling yourselves with this. I really see a lot of that inner turmoil. Okay? So let's pull you guys some cards of advice and guidance. Let's see what Spirit has to say about this. All right, so we have the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, Seven of Pentacles in the reverse, and we have the Ace of Cups. Guys, someone has done absolutely everything that they can in the situation, but it just wasn't working out. For some of you, maybe you made a bad financial investment. I can see that clearly as well. Maybe someone spent something and, you know, spent money and realized it was a waste to spend money on whatever this thing was. Okay? There's clearly something in your life that you're battling, you're going back and forth with, but there's a lot of illusion here. There's a need for you guys to ask yourselves, what is the path of least resistance? Because upon finding what that path is, you're definitely releasing something. You're letting that go. You're realizing that something just isn't going to work out. Why is this Queen of Pentacles in the reverse here? All right, cards just want to fly out now. All right, so we have the Page of Swords in the reverse, Six of Swords in the reverse, Knight of Swords, and the High Priestess. Okay, and this being under the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse is just telling me that, yeah, something may have been harsh, but I feel like you guys are kind of putting emotion to the side with something. And you know deep down in your heart that you did what you could. Okay. Why is the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse here? Seven of Swords. So maybe something was a waste of time due to secrets that were involved with it. I'm going to pull another card here. Ten of Swords in the reverse. A lot of you are just moving in silence. But you're definitely dropping the burden of something that couldn't be trusted. Someone who couldn't be trusted. An energy around you that was no good. For a lot of you, you could be stuck in regards to what this next step is going to be for you, what this next chapter is going to be for you, but you're certain that something needs to be released. Okay. Now, with the last card that we have here for advice, we have the Ace of Cups. So this is something that could be very emotionally fulfilling, a new beginning of some sort that is offered to you. Why is this Ace of Cups here? Four of Pentacles. Eight of Swords. So you guys go through so much bullshit. There's so much back and forth turmoil. You know, can I let this go? Is this the right thing to do, even though you know it is? And you guys have something so fulfilling that comes back, or not comes back. It could just be something coming in. For some of you, maybe it's something coming back. Maybe I said that for a reason. But it's something that's capable of making you so happy, but you're reserved towards this happiness because you're still stuck on what was let go of. But again, you're in a place where, you know, the worst has happened. We're past, you know, the hard part. And a huge change comes in. The best advice I can say, guys, is think logically. You're definitely going to want to put your emotions to the side for a moment. Okay, I'm going to pull one more card for this Ace of Cups here. I want to know more about this new. Ten of Cups. I'll pull one more card. Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Guys, let yourself be happy, okay? You're going to be reserved, but this is either a new relationship, a reconciliation, someone that is just going towards something that is going to make them extremely happy. Yeah, a lot of you have very good love coming in, but it's after a situation that was out of your control. Something new after chaos. Okay. So we'll see how this progresses in your next reading, guys. Now, if you guys want to check out my social media, my Instagram, my personal one rather, is High Vibrations 44. My tarot Instagram is High Vibrations Tarot. If you're on Twitter, you can follow me, Bruja Shit. But other than that, guys, if you need a personal reading or anything of that sort, all of my information is in the description below. And if you guys need something quick, get the emergency reading. There is a 24-hour turnaround, and I will be here at your service. Take care.